We are back once again. This is the Spoon Fed Podcast, feeding you daily information on daily situations on our lives that can assist and help you through through trials and tribulations. Even if not, just it's good to keep a good ear out. Before we get started, our sponsors, one and only, Splash Clothing. Splash means some people love and some hate, and we have the Splash Dad hat with the love hate logo on the side. And we have the Splash Taste Tea, very creative. We got Splash written on the tongue. Some people love and some hate. Use your imagination. But back to business. I'm Spoon, known as ST Dub or Spoon the World, whatever you may choose. But today's topic is looking at the small things, body language, and common sense. Y'all might say, what is small things and what is body language and uh, what does all that entail? I'm gonna break it down to you. One thing you need to know when it comes down to language, 85 to 90% of communication is nonverbal and body language. So that's why I'm breaking it down to you. And this shows the first thing I said was looking at the small things. And what I mean by that is small things are a big factor. And let me break it down. If you can't trust somebody off the small things, you can't trust them off the big things. That is common sense. You see where I'm going with this. So let me break it down further. When it comes to body language, you can speak to people, whether it's a friend, family, foe, whatever. Look them in the eye, and when you talk to them, body language, certain things that they do, twitching, they will tell you what they're about. You just have to pick up on it. Looking up to the left, looking up to the right when they're trying to talk to you. Like, it all has common factors and denominators of what the person's about. And to make it more understandable, let's say if you're in a relationship or a friendship and y'all can all relate to this. Y'all felt like somebody wasn't telling you the truth and you didn't listen to your stomach or your mind, and then come to find out you was caught in a situation like, damn, I knew this person was lying, da da da. The thing is, you have to have the common sense to listen to yourself. Usually when something doesn't feel right, pay attention to that feeling, because that feeling is energy. That's nature. That's the natural reaction your body's having to something that is not feeling right or is off. And let me break it down to you even further. When somebody's talking to you, whether it's a loved one, girlfriend, boyfriend, family, pay attention to what they're saying. Meaning, if you want to figure something out, you don't have to ask a million and one questions. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have to point out what they're saying. All you got to do is listen. In today's society, a lot of people have a problem listening, especially if they're in love or if they feel a certain anger or they feel good about the person, or whatever that may be. It may be sexual feeling, lust, love, whatever. Especially when it comes to relationships. When you're listening to people, let them talk. A person is going to tell you who they are. All you have to do is listen. And I'm going to give you an example. Like, one of my friends who I thought was my friends, and I was right about him. We was talking about success, ideas, and all this other stuff. And as a friend, you're not supposed to be in competition with your friend. That's common sense. Because if you're both each other's friend, you want to help uplift each other so y'all can both go to that next level. And hopefully y'all can go together if y'all in the same like mind. One time I was talking to one of my friends who I thought was my friend, and I was just bouncing ideas off of him. And then, for lack of a better word, I bounced the idea off him. I don't even remember exactly what we was talking about. But then he was like, oh, no, I would do it this way, you know? And then I was like, all right, yeah, that probably makes sense. And then he mumbled somewhere under his breath, was like that's, you're my competition. So I looked at him like, whoa, competition? In my mind, I didn't say nothing. I was like, bro, you my boy. I'm not in competition with you. Like, if anything, we competing with other people. We supposed to be a team. Get it? So I didn't say nothing, but that was a red flag for me. And I knew not to trust them just off of that little thing. I was like, wow, like, if you consider me competition and I'm bouncing ideas off you, maybe I should shut the hell up. Because you're gonna try to use what I'm saying against me. Come to find out, I was right. This person was hating on me, talking bad about me, and even people that we was close to was just dragging my name through the mud. So I was like, wow, like, thank God I paid attention to my gut and watch out for this dude before it was too late. So when it comes to relationships as well, pay attention to the mannerisms that when you talk to the person, how they act, how they respond. Pay attention to all that. You don't have to call them out on it, but just realize when you're in a conversation or you have a relationship or a family with somebody and you're talking to them and the energy is off. Maybe it's just that they're not feeling well that day or whatever. But trust me, one thing is, don't listen to a person's words directly. Don't even listen to their actions. Listen to the patterns. Watch the patterns. A pattern tells you who a person is. Their actions show you what they're about. Their words tell you who they want to be. So which one you're going to pay attention to? Pay attention. So a person, whether it's a female or male, they're going to talk freely. When they feel like they're not being questioned or surveilled, just have a regular conversation with somebody. They'll tell you everything you need to know about them without you even asking a question. That's why when in relationships, like, I just let a girl talk because it tells me what you about. It tells me what you want to be, and it tells me your dreams, but it also exposes who you really are as a person. Because you're gonna, when a person get comfortable, they're gonna tell you anything and everything. So don't stop them in their train of thought. Let them keep going. Let them keep going. Get comfortable. Get some drinks or smoke, whatever their vice is. Let them talk, and then the world will open up. But it's up to you to listen. And what I mean by that, take your heart out the situation and use your mind. I'm not saying just be like focused, like, oh no, this person just said that. No, just take it easy. You know what I'm saying? Because a person's gonna let you know what's on their mind, what they trying to do, what they think of you, and where the future is gonna go. So I advise y'all. So when people talk, just listen to what they say. And if you hear something that they don't like, don't call them out on it. Please take a mental note. And I'm gonna tell you a story real quick, because this happened to one of my people. No name, no blame. I gotta keep it, like, hold back some information because people would know who I'm talking about. One time I was with somebody, right? It was me, him, and his girlfriend, right? We was all joking in the kitchen one time, and the girl said this. They were supposed to go to the movies that day, which they went, and the guy that I'm cool with was driving his car, and there was people in the way. Make a long story short, he honked the horn. The guys got upset for no reason because they was walking in the street. And then he saw these same guys on the popcorn line with his girl, and they was talking trash, talking shit. And as a man, you be like, hold up, bro, who you talking to? Like, you be you there with your woman. It's like they trying to show face and they trying to show their ass, and you just want to see the movie. So it's like, fast forward to when we was in the kitchen. Shorty said, she was like, listen, like, we was joking about it, but I stopped. I'm like, whoa. She said, yo, I'm glad you didn't get into a fight or any type of tussle, because if you got arrested, I wouldn't be able to be with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they started laughing. Like, I didn't say it in a funny way, but I doubled back like, what the fuck you just said? Like, that went over his head. He didn't pay attention to that. What I understood from that is like, yo, bro, if you get into any trouble, either whether you're defending me or not, if you get in any trouble, I'm gone. That's what I got out of it. And then I pulled him to the side. I was like, yo, bro, did you? Uh-oh. Hold up. Did you heard what she just said? Pay attention to that. He was like, no, she don't mean that. I'm like, okay. Guess what? Who was right? The same person came up to me a month or two later, was like, yo, man, you right. She ain't nothing. She went back to the same guy that was beating her up. Well, she told you what she was about. You just didn't listen. Simpleton. When people talk, you cannot use your heart. And this happens to everybody. It even happened to me because I was in love, but the thing is, I caught it. Thank God. I caught it at the last minute. People will say things, and your heart will be so much into it that it goes over your head when they're telling you what they're about. That's why you hear people years later, I never knew this person was like that. I never knew this girl was like that. I never knew this guy was like that. Yes, you did. You just didn't pay attention to the clues. So, ladies and gentlemen, do yourself a favor. Listen to the small things, pay attention to body language, and listen to what they are telling you. And please use your basic common sense and non-biased judgment. When I mean non-biased judgment, take your heart out of it and ask yourself the hard question. Is this person really going to ride for me if I need them? Majority of the time they won't. But the thing is, their actions will say that. It's just that you didn't ask them the hard questions. You don't necessarily need to ask them the hard questions. You just have to have conversations with the person and let them explain to you who they are. But the main thing you need to do is what? Listen. A lot of people have problems listening, so I'm encouraging y'all to increase y'all listening skills and pay attention to your environment because what you don't know can kill you. Thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment. We can learn from each other on this journey. Splash. And stay dangerous. Much love, y'all. It's a cold world out there. Don't become a statistic, even though most of us have already begun becoming statistics because the only way we're going to learn is through what? Our mistakes. But this podcast here is to help minimize that as much as possible. Thank you for tuning in.